Primetime local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
The Saskatchewan Health Authority are conducting COVID-19 contact tracing in Lloydminster after positive cases have been identified in the border city. The City of Lloydminster updated the media on the COVID-19 situation today.
We're here for the COVID-19 update in the City of Lloydminster. Today is Tuesday, April 14, 2020, and we have two questions submitted by Primetime Local News. Their first question, what's the city's reaction to the Saskatchewan Health Authority confirming that COVID-19 contact tracing is underway in Lloydminster?
So the city is aware of the recent news release from the Saskatchewan Health Authority confirming that COVID-19 tracing is underway in Lloydminster. This just goes to show that we need to remain vigilant as a community and enforce the measures that are currently in place in our community. And this includes social distancing, physical distancing, staying home as much as possible, and trying to really flatten the curve of this virus and the spread. We are looking to both Saskatchewan and Alberta health authorities for their expertise as we continue to work together and overcome these unprecedented times.
And their second question, are COVID-19 cases on the Alberta side of Lloydminster being reported by Alberta Health Services opposed to the Saskatchewan Health Authority reporting all cases in the city?
Yes, so with the unique nature of the City of Lloydminster being a bi-provincial community, we do need to take case numbers and information from both Alberta Health Services and the Saskatchewan Health Authority. If you'd like more information from either of those authorities, please go to their websites, AHS and SHA.
Every business has been adjusting the way that they've been working, and that includes local restaurants. We spoke with the Home Hardware Timber Cafe on how they have been offering pickups and supporting local farmers.
I'm joined here with Sarah Rurka, and she's the store manager with the Timber Cafe out of Home Hardware in Lloydminster. And during this time, you usually have people come into the restaurant and cafe and eat in, but you guys have kind of been changing the way that you've been working.
Yeah, it was a total, complete change from what we're used to. The whole premise of our cafe was gather together, come inside, relax, slow down, wander through the garden center, wander through the store. So obviously we were never set up we never had to take a drive-through window. It's quite a hike to get into the store. So for us to wrap our minds around this, it was totally different. But we have instituted a bunch of new things that have been working well for us. We have curbside pickup now. So we have special parking stalls, and we have a dedicated phone number that people can call and place their order and pick up their order.
And have you guys been changing your menu at all for this, or has it just kind of been, same offering different specials each day?
Yeah, good question. We did change our menu a little bit. We had to think about, what are people really looking for? How can we continue to offer comfort and familiarity and nourishment? And we started offering family-sized offerings of all our favorite meals. So some of our most popular things we just did in a larger scale. We started offering bundles of our cookies. What would normally be just one ice cream cone, we started doing 1 liter containers of our Foothill hard ice cream. So stuff like that.
And you kind of mentioned that you guys do have specific stalls. Could you go into a little bit more detail of how your pickup works?
Sure. So 2 different options for ordering. You can either call into Timber Cafe directly and place your order over the phone, or we did set up a website, which we never had before. So you can now officially order online, which is pretty cool. Place your order online, decide your pickup time, and then when you pull up to the store, there's specific stalls you can park in. There are curbside pickup stalls. From there's a phone number on the stall. You just phone the phone number, let the girls know you're ready to pick up your order, and they will bring it out to you.
And being a locally run business, how different has this time been for you guys, and how have you really been working with it?
Oh my gosh, it's been just a complete whirlwind from the get-go. I'm sure just for all of us, all local businesses, no one knew what was happening. It was just confusing and shock, and obviously our primary priorities have always been the health and wellness of our staff and our customers. And we just had to make a lot of big decisions quickly. Like even in the kitchen, we have completely changed the layout of the kitchen so that the staff don't contact each other. They have physical distancing at all times. We have face shields and screens put up at the computer where we normally interact with customers. Yeah, so it's been a lot, but we've learned a lot, and the staff have been amazing, and the customers have been amazing. Actually, our community has been so great and so patient, and we really, really appreciate that.
And you just kind of mentioned this, but with the community support, you've been receiving a lot of help, throughout this time, because it has been a difficult time for everyone all around.
Oh my gosh, just the way our systems have changed, the patience our customers have shown us, and the support has just been phenomenal. It means the world to us.
And if anyone wanted to contact you, guys said you have a website and phone number, so could you just talk about that?
Sure. So the website for Timber is curated.hhloyd.com, or actually you could just go to www.hhloyd.com. That can take you anywhere. And the phone number is 780-875-7760.
All right. Well, thank you so much for doing this, and best of luck during this time.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Stay with us, more Primetime local news after the break.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery and Furniture House, downtown Lloydminster.
Welcome back. Our Abby St. John talked with the owners of Olive and Birch about how their business has been affected due to COVID-19.
Today, I'm joined here with Tasha Beauchesne and Calla Gerling, the owners of Olive and Birch here in Lloydminster. And today we're going to be talking about how COVID-19 has affected local businesses, especially Olive and Birch here in Lloydminster and the surrounding area as well. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm very excited to chat with you about it. Tell me a little bit about how COVID-19 has affected your business since the pandemic has spread.
Well, thanks for having us, Abby. Well, March 19th is the day we officially closed our doors to the public. That was a week where we had lots of conversations about when to do it. We were kind of waiting for a mandatory shutdown. And then we just said, we think we need to do this for ourselves. Like, we feel like with our doors being open, we're kind of encouraging people to still come out and do shopping. So we made the decision. We thought it was right for us and our families and the community to close our doors March 19th. And then it was pretty quiet for a few days. And then next week, we started getting lots of inquiries through our social media platforms, Facebook and Instagram, and people asking for prices and if we had this available. And so it kind of took off with just moving to sales, and we decided to do some curbside pickup or offer free delivery within Lloydminster. And it kind of snowballed from there. So we were pretty happy with the support we were getting early on.
And that leads into my next question about how you had to adjust your day-to-day business.
Well, we definitely, like Calla said, we were supposed to have our birthday celebration just before we closed our doors. So we decided to have a birthday sale through our social media channels. So that definitely, everyone always looks forward to that yearly sale that we have. So that definitely brought us some business. But yeah, it's been tough. We had to lay off all our employees. So it's just Calla and I filling orders and responding to social media inquiries 24/7, basically, if we wanted to. Yeah, we're happy with the support, obviously, since our sale has ended. Our sales have gone down as well. So it's a real challenge. We're working longer hours than ever for basically less, right? But we don't want to take away from the fact that the community sure has been supporting local, and which is nice to see. So.
And now, how important is it to support local businesses, especially during this time of, economic uncertainty as well? It's always important to support local, but why is it important, especially during this time?
More important now than ever, because I think people in town need to realize they do want to see these stores open their doors again when we are allowed to. And if they don't continue to support us and other small businesses here, some may not be able to open their doors. We're very fortunate that the banks have, given you different payments and the government's maybe giving a grant here and there and offering things for your employees and that, but that's not enough to still keep your doors necessarily open, pay your bills. Like, we all have inventory and bills to still pay. And at the end of the day, it's very important that if they want these stores to open, and we don't even know how many months that's going to be, that they support us. And we really do. We have to say again, we've had people message us saying, I really want to support local. What do you have for candles? And then you go around and you take pictures of our candles and you go back and forth and they bought it from us. So they're looking. People are definitely looking and trying hard to support us. Absolutely.
Now, tell me about a little bit about what the process would be like if someone did message you and say that they wanted a certain product. So what is that process of kind of picking it out and then buying it and then picking it up, or it being dropped off somewhere?
So yeah, people are messaging us through Instagram or Facebook. We get back to them, which we get back to them fairly soon. If it's kind of past our bedtimes, we'll get back to you the next day. But so basically, they message us asking us for a certain product. We tell them whether we have it in stock. Sometimes they ask for sizes. We'll tell you the size. Sometimes we've even asked for text or for phone numbers and texted or FaceTimed people so that we can show them exactly what the product looks like. At that point, once they decide to purchase, they can either call in with credit card or they can do e-transfer, which is what we prefer. And then from there, we tell them that we're offering curbside pickup. And usually our hours are from 10 to 4, Monday to Thursday. So they can do curbside pickup. So basically they drive up, they call us, and we run it out to their vehicle. They're really not even to get out of their vehicle. We just run out and put it in. So that's kind of how it works.
And that's awesome. And really quickly, before we wrap up, where can people go to find you on social media, website, phone number, all your contact information like that?
So Instagram is Olive and Birch, at Olive and Birch. Facebook is Olive and Birch as well, Designs. And then our phone number is 306-825-2478, or they can contact us through email, contact@oliveandbirch.com. And we do want to just let you know that we are doing an online shop right now. Bear with us, it's a lot of work. We have a lot of products and SKUs to enter, but we are getting there for people. They've asked, and we've realized it's now a necessity, and we do have to do that for our customers as well. So yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for talking with me today. And it's nice to see that the community has definitely thrown you guys some support, and hopefully that continues on during this time of uncertainty as well. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks, Abby. Take care.
Fourth Meridian Brewing Company has been awarded Best Porter in Alberta. Eric Bay sits down with co-owner Edward James to hear about the win and how Fourth Meridian is adapting under COVID-19.
I'm joined here today by Edward James of Fourth Meridian Brewing Company here in Lloydminster. Edward, thank you for taking the time with me today. And congratulations is in order, as you guys have won an award for your Border Porter. Just talk about the feeling of winning.
It was great. I was pretty happy about it. We entered the awards for the past 3 years. We won something the first year. We got shut out last year, but we won with Porter this year. And it's my favorite beer here, so I was pretty happy with that. I was watching the awards get announced, and I felt pretty good.
And now, obviously, you guys are a very popular attraction here in the border city. So does this win kind of reiterate and back up what you've been hearing from the community here?
Yeah, Porter is one of our mainstay beers that we always have. We have 5 that we try to keep on all the time, and that's one of them. It's certainly one of the ones that we were pretty happy with when we first opened, that people seemed to like it. We didn't know what to expect, right? And it was one that people liked, so we've always kept it around. Now we've been here, it's almost 3 years that we've been operating, and everything seems to be going well, notwithstanding these pandemics, I guess.
For sure. And now you mentioned that pandemic, and obviously that has had to change how tons of businesses are currently operating under what we are seeing right now. So how's that changed your guys' operation?
Well, our tap room is no longer open for coming in and having pints. We're strictly off sales only. So we don't get to see people come in, they buy the growlers, they buy bottles, but they don't hang around, have a couple of pints. So it's definitely quieter around here, but it's, we haven't been hurt too much by it. Well, people wanted their beer, still didn't come and get it. They just don't get to drink it here, right?
And have you guys been seeing pretty good sales throughout everything that we have been going through?
Yeah, it's slowed down a little bit. Friday afternoons are definitely quieter than they were. We used to get a couple of different groups that were pretty regulars here on a Friday around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and they're not here now. I guess they come in one at a time, right? So that's changed. Saturday's a little bit quieter, but the rest of the week, it's, we sell a bit less, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's drastic. It's slower, but still manageable for us.
And now if people still do want to come out and grab a beer, how can they do so with you guys, and how does that process work now?
Right now, so we just doing growler fills or bottle sales. People just come in. We haven't put up a lot of, personal protective stuff around here because there's really only myself or my other 2 partners that work here. So more often than not, there's only one of us here at a time. We generally don't have, 10 or 15 people in here at a time now because people they're not sticking around, right? So they'll come in, we'll sanitize their growlers, we'll fill them, we'll spray it down with sanitizer, and it's good after that. We've been making sanitizer for, hand sanitizer as well, for a couple of different oil companies around town. They asked us to do that. And now we're going to make it and sell a little bit of sanitizer out here as well.
All right. Thank you so much for taking the time with me today. And once again, congratulations on your win.
Thank you very much. Thanks for calling.
Today's oil prices are brought to you by First General Services.
Well, this past weekend would have been the 84th annual Masters tournament. Our Evan Kenny sat down with Marty Wheaton to talk about the possibility of golf this summer.
Joining us today is Marty Wheaton from the Lloydminster Golf and Curling Club. Marty, thanks for taking this time.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Evan. Always happy to talk some golf.
Now, Marty, obviously this past weekend would have normally been when the green jacket is handed out. Of course, the Masters. However, due to the coronavirus, that was canceled. Marty, how do you think that's going to affect the game, especially from a viewer standpoint? A guy who likes to watch the Masters in those kind of events.
Yeah, I think it's an inconvenience, but for the most part, I think people see the importance of making sure we're staying home, doing what we can, and following government guidelines. But obviously, we all golf enthusiasts miss the Masters, but watching the Golf Channel, they've had the 86th Masters, 2019 Masters, so some good ones to watch for all us golf fans.
Now, between last season's poor weather with the rain and whatnot, and then obviously the coronavirus here, how do you think that's going to affect golfers who were maybe on the edge about golfing, just getting into it, those kind of people?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit too early for us to tell right now. We got 2 feet of snow outside, so if anything, I guess the snow for golf right now is helping a little bit. But one thing's for sure, once we do get going, things clear off, people are going to be very excited to get outside, play some golf, interact. But the number one thing, obviously, is the public health concerns that we all have to do our job. Safety is going to be number one, follow the government guidelines, and we are cautiously optimistic as well.
Now, is there anything for those avid golfers who are, trying to start the season off in full stride? A couple things that they might be able to work on at home away, while still in isolation?
Yeah, I think just general fitness, always to guard against any injuries that you're going to have with any sport, your regular stretching, some light exercises, but just making sure your body's ready to go and keep moving while we are inside, and some of the athletic options for us are just not available right now.
Now, Marty, there has been a petition going around from around Alberta from golfers. Now the government has deemed golf a non-essential service, but this petition is trying to say that there needs to be golf this upcoming summer. What are some, just a couple general thoughts of yours on that?
We're always in contact with all of our associations, whether it be the PGA of Canada or National Golf Course Owners Association. Right now, I think the plan is, what does it look like when we do open? How are we going to make the public feel safe, ensure their safety when we do open? That's our main concern right now. And we're just going to take it week by week. And to sign petitions or do any kind of lobbying at this point, I think it might be a little bit too early. Definitely golf, as much as I love it, is not an essential sport or essential need for the community, but the big benefit with golf is the ability to social distance, the ability to be outside and still maintain those safety measures.
For sure, and one of those things being the pace of play is, you know, just naturally keeping people distance. Another thing that the petition is bringing up is that it almost gives people peace of mind. For yourself, Marty, you know, what's going through your mind when you're on the golf course, if anything is?
Well, I'd almost argue sometimes golf makes you a little more mad or upset you more than it relaxes. It all depends on the person, but we're looking forward to just taking it week by week. Like I said, there's nothing that we feel is going to be a rush at this point. The main thing is, like I said, how is it going to look when we do open? What are we going to do to make sure the public is able to be safe on the golf?
Now, obviously, there's in the pro world, there's still a few majors that are, you know, on question right now, as you know, sort of the golf season in whole is with the Open, the PGA Open, and the U.S. Open here. I mean, as a fan watching these events, you know, what's that like, getting it almost taken away from you?
Yeah, I think it's small potatoes at this point. A lot bigger things to worry about in our world. But obviously, as a golf fan, it's no good. We want to see these players compete at the highest level for the trophies, but they're going to push them back. The main thing, like, it's going to be so exciting when things start to rev up. People are going to really cherish taking advantage of watching these championships, getting out on the golf course. But one of the biggest differences with the championships is the mass gathering, opposed to a golf course where you have 2 or 3 people on 500 yards. So that's the biggest difference. The championships are getting pushed back. Huge potential to raise money for charities and communities that have suffered from this. So that will be a big benefit looking forward.
Well, Marty, for myself and I know many others, we can't wait to hit the links. Thanks for taking this time with me.
Thanks again for having me.
Turning to agriculture news, dozens of workers at an Alberta meat processing plant are infected with COVID-19, and their union wants it shut down immediately.
The business is actually about social proximity, not social distancing, and that's one of the problems.
38 workers at the Cargill plant in High River have tested positive for the virus. The plant will temporarily reduce shifts, prohibit visitors, and add additional safety measures to protect its 2,000 workers. But the union says hundreds of workers interact with each other during a shift, making it difficult to keep social distancing practices. And now here's a look at your ag prices.